Greetings, fair people of YouTube and theshavingcadre.com. Nice to be back with you. It's Monday. Yes, I'm getting this on time in the middle of my light chores that I have to do today. Laundry and dishes and watering the lawn. Even though my watering day is on the weekend. Shh. I actually haven't looked at that recently. About 2 years ago, right after we moved in, we got a message that because of the drought of California, that we were rationed to 1 day of watering, and our neighborhood, their day of watering was on the weekend. So haven't heard anything since, haven't looked at anything. We're still holding to that, but I just happen to not be able to water on the weekend, so I'm doing it today. It's between you, me, and the internet. Anyway, let's get this going. Ta-da! Game Changer 0.68, the original, well, not the original. This was not the first iteration. The first iteration had a flat bottom. This has a little inset there. But second iteration of the original razor, the one that started the craze. I've been using it, but I haven't used it on video for a while. And then I've got my Razor Rock Big Bruce. And then today, something I haven't brought out for a while, at least for me, and for my wife neither, I guess, is La Rose Du Mechant from Katie's Bubbles, I think it is. Yes. And really nice rose scent. The few times I've used it, haven't had any problems, surprisingly. And then to finish off, besides the rest of my post-shave, I've got St. Charles Shave Savory Rose. This is unobtainium, and I've got that little bit left. I love this scent for a rose scent. I know, guys and roses, how does that happen? But I happen to like it once in a while. Not every day, not even with great frequency, just once in a while. Let's get going here. I've actually bloomed it a little bit, whether from age or whatnot. It is a little bit of a harder soap. This rose soap from Katie's Bubbles. Builds a really nice lather though. Actually, a little bit easier to lather, and well, it's got a bigger tub, but the smaller size of the Un Jour Gris from Katie's Bubbles that I have. This one actually lathers a little bit better. It feels like a better base. I don't know what the difference is. This looks like a much older tub of soaps, but there's that. Nice quick load. All you guys that load like 30 seconds, I don't know what you do with all that soap. Usually I don't load a soap less than 5 seconds or any more than 15 seconds maybe. At least by my highly inaccurate counting. Oh yeah, it's just developing right away. Really nice. Definitely use more water right now though. So we're finally down, I think, hopefully permanently under the hundreds in our weather. The next 2 weeks forecast is low mid-90s a couple days, and the rest is in the 80s. Nights have been fantastically cool the last couple days. I love it. Fall weather is my thing. Nice cool nights, cooler days. A little bit of rain here and there, hopefully, as the season progresses. All right, Game Changer 0.68 solid bar. Still the smoothest and king DE razor in my collection. It's got an Astra SP in there, well used Astra SP, no problems yet. Shaves very close to a Gillette Pre-Vortex with nice weight because of the stainless. Nice weekend. Not too busy. Friday was a little busy. Saturday was pretty easy at work. Yesterday we had services. The kids spent Friday night at the grandparents. Saturday night at the grandparents. A couple hours away. So my wife had some nice quiet time while I was at work and the kids were gone. And so Sunday we had services, hung out a little bit at the house, and then went to pick the kids up. Had Bible study last night, starting back up for the fall season. The smell of this rose, like it's kind of a soapy rose, but it's really nice. Just like as if you were taking a whiff of like a rose bouquet or something. Dozen red roses. Very nice and fragrant. So not a whole lot going on today otherwise. Just kind of hanging out at home. Kids are at school, wife's at work for a little while. Taking care of those chores. And because of the watering, we don't have a sprinkler system. A lot of homes in this area don't. So we do it the old-fashioned way. We got one of those little attachments that just sprays a circular area, and the width of that area, of course, is dependent on how much water you're sending through the hose. So it's one of those old-fashioned little round attachments that plop on the ground and just fountains out water. So I usually give for the week, even during the summer, the hottest summer months, in days, or weeks rather, about 45 minutes per spot, and everything seems to hold on to that moisture long enough to last the next week. We don't have too much browning. The vegetables and fruit stuff that we have still produce nicely. The top layer of the soil might dry up a little more than like if you had a regular 2-day watering week or something like that, but it works. But having to be attentive to that little sprinkler and moving it every 45 minutes kind of keeps you tied down for the day. Probably takes a good, I don't know, 10 or so hours to water both the front yard and backyard. In fact, the way our water system is, we only have one outside spigot. And one really long hose, so we can reach every area of the property, but that's the way it is in these older neighborhoods, unless you are willing to dig everything up and either spend thousands of dollars on materials and labor, or spend thousands of dollars and a lot of man hours to do it yourself. I couldn't do that myself. I would have no clue. But so this is what we do. Anyway, enough about chores. Who wants to hear about chores and yard work? Yeah. It's going to be a busy week this week. We've got Friday at work, a GearNoir's event. A Christian group called Lifeway is doing they have this big conference on a Saturday locally, and on Friday I guess they do a bunch of little get-togethers or something. And so, well, little for Lifeway means about 500 people are coming at least to our campus. They're doing some talks and teachings and spread out throughout our different classrooms. And we're gonna have about 500 ladies in attendance. It's gonna last a good portion of 8 to 5. And they have to set up the day before with their decorations and whatnot. Oh, one little nick right there. Just doing a little bit of cleanup here and there. That looks good. Anyway, there's that. On top of getting stuff ready as usual at the end of the week. But our main focus is going to be this group coming in. All right, time to do pre-shave. I'll be back. All right, there we go. I said pre-shave. I don't know why I said that, but it's post-shave. I just did my lather soak, put on some witch hazel. I'm going to put on some Thayer's witch hazel, depending on what you think of that whole back and forth. I do both. Why not? There's that. Let it dry out a second. Absorb. Just got that one nick, I think, right there. A little bit of irritation, but it's all right. Got nobody to impress today. All right, here we go. St. Charles Savory Rose to finish it off. This is a much, whereas the other one's a rose that's a little more soapy, like a rose bouquet. This is definitely menthol. It's got a menthol top note. It does have menthol in it. And more of a like freshened up rose. I like it. Doesn't match exactly, but it's a good way to finish it off. Not too artificial smelling, but what am I saying? I mean, you're gonna have a hard time finding this stuff if you think that's, oh, that sounds great. But anyway, if you do, good luck. It's a good aftershave and a good soap, I'd say, even for a guy. But anyway, that's it for this week. I'm ready to dig in and get this week done already because of those upcoming things. But anyways, next bingo game starting up. Join us at theshavingcadre.com. We did the first week of our, college football draft or pool or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm football illiterate. All I know is it's a bunch of guys running around with the ball. Anyway, I didn't do too bad. I am like 3 or 4 points behind the leaders. John in, I forget where he's from, JWS or something on the forums, almost had a perfect pick week, but the last few games he kind of misread and mispredicted. So there's a couple guys that are tied for first, a few guys that are tied for second, and me and like 4 or 5 others that are tied for third, and then there's just the bottom dudes. Poor Aaron. He's got, I think, like 6 points, something like that, and the rest of us are sitting at 10, 11, and 12, something like that. And anyway, still a bunch of weeks. It's only the first week. Plenty of time to get in more points and have people like John make mistakes and me make mistakes. But anyway, join us there. Plenty of fun banter and things going on. And hope to see you around. You can catch up on my journal there too, www.theshavingcadre.com. Have a great week, guys. See you later.